Hey, what's up? Thank y'all for joining me. I am Camus. This is the first installment provided by myself, Royal Chief. That is me. Um, I wanted to put my bid in. I'm going to name this Blunts and Ballgames. So I just want to give a little bit of a background. You know what I mean? I just want to get right into it. And I've got some notes on my phone here, so don't mind me looking up and down. This is my first video. But my name is Camus. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, thus the Royal Chiefer. I'm a huge Chiefs fan. Been a huge Chiefs fan for a long time. I'm 35 years old, born in '83. Chiefs were just my team. I mean, I grew up in Kansas City. I'm out here on the West Coast now. I've been here for about 4 years, but the Chiefs is my team. I'm a Kansas City man. What I want to do today is introduce myself and throw my card into this, with the weekly recaps and the highlight shows. Because I do see a few. There's a few that I follow. Shaggy Shane and the Brit Chief, even URAG, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and there's a few others. I'm sorry if I'm drawing a blank right now. I should have wrote it down. But and I watch these because I'm a huge fan of sports, football in general, really football and basketball, but football is number one. And so when the Chiefs are doing well, then I go on YouTube and I watch, the videos, see how people are reacting to it, see what other people are thinking about, what the everyday person thinks about my local team, because, Kansas City is a small town, small market, and we don't really get a lot of love. Well, now we are, now that Patrick Mahomes is, doing this thing, but normally we don't get a lot of attention, so I like to see how other people react to our players and stuff like that. And so I started doing this maybe about a year and a half ago. So last season when Alex Smith was our quarterback, this is when I used to do this. Watch videos and stuff. But just to give a little background on me, again, my name is Camus. That's K-A-M-A-U. It means quiet warrior. Royal Chiefer. I get that from that. I rap, and that was the name of my first mixtape, my first album, solo, and it just stuck. And everywhere I go, people always ask me for these shirts. Like I said, I'm out here on the West Coast now. I'm out of shirts right now. I need to reorder some, but I'll move on. Just a little more background. The Chiefs are my team. Some of my favorite players of all time. I could tell you my first favorite player that I'm pretty sure I can remember trying to be like or just liking was J.J. Burton. I played receiver. I think I was a really good receiver. I was a fast guy, really good hands, I think. And J.J. Burton, for some reason, just was my guy because I felt like he was a quick guy. He was a smaller guy, quick, and he was tough though. I think he played in the slot a lot, and he was across the middle of them slant patterns. He used to get drilled, but he held on a lot. He was fast, and I modeled my game after that a lot. I really liked Andre Rison. Barry Word is one of my favorite running backs. Priest Holmes and Jamal Charles is a toss-up for my favorite running back. If I had to choose, it would probably be, I'd give the edge to Priest Holmes. My favorite Chiefs quarterback ever was Trent Green. Steve Bono was terrible. Gerback was terrible. I liked Rich Gannon a lot. My brother loved the hell out of him because he bailed us out of a lot, and then we shipped him to Oakland. James Hasty, Dale Carter, Albert Lewis, Deron Cherry, the whole backfield. Even Mark Collins, we had him from the Giants briefly. He was a fucking great fucking tackler. My favorite Chief of all time is Eric Berry. I wrote a song and recorded it back in 2011, 2012, and I was like, my favorite Chiefs player, Eric Berry. I never put that song out. You might hear it one day, but I knew right away Eric Berry was my favorite Chiefs player ever, and he's still around, and I hope that he can come back healthy because at this point he still hasn't played yet. It's about to be week 5. So those are just some of my favorite Chiefs. Some of my favorite Chiefs memories, I remember when Andre Rison was the Spider-Man, and games that we had against Oakland, he had a last-minute catch. He used to do the Spider-Man thing on the fucking field goal post. That was great. We had Mark McMillan. He was Mighty Mouse. That was fun. Yeah, we had some up and down teams. And then when you look at the stats, I just remember us winning pretty regularly, going to the playoffs regularly. But then when you look back and you're like, well, we never been in the playoffs like 3 times in a row type of thing, or we never won our division 3 times in a row. I never really thought of those things. I'm like, man, I felt like in the 90s we were a really good team. But then again, so was Denver. But yeah, I just wanted to give my introduction there and just let you guys know a little bit about me so that you can understand where I'm coming from just a bit. And like I said, I want to put my hat into this arena here where everyone is kind of, because everyone kind of communicate with each other. They talk shit on YouTube, and then you got the Crow video. And for the most part, most people, play by the rules. And so I just want to just put mine in there. So the first thing I want to start with is the Chiefs won on today is Wednesday, and the Chiefs won Monday night against Denver. I just want to give my quick note on that game. I felt like overall it was a pretty good game. We played like shit for 3 quarters, except Kareem Hunt. He did very well. I thought we should have gave him the ball more. I thought we did a pretty good job of blitzing. I don't think we blitzed enough, but I guess I can't complain for that game because we had a few sacks and we were getting pressured. But I think we played defense way too soft, too alt. The coordinator calls soft zone, that's what I mean. And some of our tacklers, especially our D-backs, they need Eric Berry out there to show them how to tackle. But again, my quick thoughts on the game Monday. It was great to get a win in Denver. Everybody pumped it up. Everybody want to see Mahomes on Monday night against a pretty good D. I don't necessarily think Denver's D is as great as it used to be. So but I guess that was the best defense that we played thus far this season, and people want to see how Patrick Mahomes does. There was a blown call when the clock went to 0, and Mahomes snapped it late. We got a really big first down. For that one, I do feel for the fans of Denver because, it was pretty blatant. But at the same time, there were tons of holding calls that I feel like the Chiefs didn't get. And then there was a holding call on Larry Duvernay-Tardif, which I thought was not a holding call. They showed the replay like one brief time during the game, and I didn't think it was a holding, and that pressed us back. We were 2nd and 30, so I feel like, calls kind of went both ways. And also, in conclusion, I feel like 3rd and 12 is what it would have been. I feel like we would have converted, and that's just my belief. So with that game, what I also think is Denver fucked up by not running the ball more because they were gashing the shit out of us. Not that they had more than, I think the longest run might have been it was less than 20 yards, but they had big ass chunks. It was like 7, 8, 9 yards of goddamn pop. So I feel like they should have did that more. And I heard the press conference afterwards where the coach said that we run the ball to control the clock, but we pass it to score. And I'm like, what the fuck? You can run to score too. You can run to score. You can control the clock. You can keep us off the field. It's the same argument I make for the Chiefs when we used to play against Pittsburgh all the time. Like, yo, we need to keep our offense on the field because they're keeping their offense on the field and keeping ours off. So with this fucking 3 and outs all the time. So I used to get mad at Andy Reid all the time because every time we play Pittsburgh, we don't control the clock. They do. And I feel like Denver had a chance to control the clock a couple nights ago, but they abandoned that idea. Thanks. So really, that's just my quick thoughts on Denver. We beat them 6 straight times. We are now 18 out of 19 against the AFC West the last 19 games. I have no idea why everyone keeps choosing the Chargers. I don't fucking understand that shit. And, people don't fucking watch the games. I don't understand why people keep picking the Chargers. We beat them motherfuckers 9 straight times. This year, made it 9 straight times. So everybody talking about Patrick Mahomes didn't play against Bosa, this, Bosa, that. I mean, Alex Smith used to kill the motherfucker. I don't even notice Bosa. I don't notice any of these motherfuckers. I don't notice Bosa. I've never noticed Von Miller hardly doing shit. They don't really rack up numbers against us. And if they do, it's like irrelevant as fuck. Like every player, it doesn't matter who you get sacked by. If we get 3 sacks, I don't care if it's by one player or by 3 different players. It doesn't matter. We got sacked 3 times. So if a player has 3 sacks in a game, that doesn't mean shit to me. I don't give a fuck. I mean, unless you really wrecked all of our plans and shit, then I don't care. Like, players are good. Like, one thing that I noticed, especially because when you listen to people talk about Chiefs players, you're like, hey, he does this so well. You're like, they're really not that great. So I get the sense that when they talk about other teams, these people on TV still don't know what the fuck they talking about. Um, they don't know everything, and then a lot of times they assume shit, but don't. They're come on, man. I don't listen to all of that bullshit. I don't soak that in that way. A lot of people be hyping up players all the time, and it's like, man, this player, just because he gets sacks here and there doesn't mean he's a game record. And then you got to depend on the sacks. I mean, some quarterbacks are terrible. Alex Smith was terrible. He used to take sacks and fucking duck his head all the time. I don't give a fuck about your numbers. So the point is, I don't give a fuck if Bosa playing or not. Patrick Mahomes would have whooped that ass. We fucking killed San Diego 9 times in a row. Like, did Bosa miss all 9 of those games? Fuck no. And those were against Alex Smith. Come on, man. We beat Denver 6 times in a row. Again, we're 18 out of 19 currently against the AFC West. Moving on. So now, what I want to do is dive right into the Week 5 matchup. The Jacksonville Jaguars coming into Kansas City. So I want to welcome y'all once again to Blunts and Ball Games. And you know what? I should have been rolling the blunt. So I'm going to take a pause and I'll be right back. What is up? I am Kamut, Royal Chiefer. And I want to welcome you all to my preview video for Week 5. Chiefs versus the Jaguars. Alrighty, so I've already done an introduction video because I wanted everyone to get at least a feel of me, who I am, you know, how long I've been a fan of the Chiefs. So let's get right into it. Like I said, I've already done the intro video. I also got a behind the scenes video when I was rolling up my blunt. But I want to welcome you all to Blunts and Ball Games, presented by Royal Chiefer, that is I. So let's get into it now. There may be times where I have a guest with me. I might have my homeboy. I might have my brother with me. So, but today is my initial video, so it's just me. So the first thing that I want to talk about while we preview this game is the first thing I want to talk about is who do I like on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I like Jalen Ramsey. You know why I like Jalen Ramsey? He's confident in himself. Confidence gets you places. For example, I followed Richard Sherman on Twitter back in the day. The summer before they went on to win the Super Bowl. Because I seen something in an interview where Richard Sherman was talking to someone, maybe it was someone on ESPN. But he said something about, you know, we don't want to let the sleeping dogs lay. When we run by you, we're going to slap you in the face or whatever, wake you up so, you know, you can be ready to get this shit on. Because we want you at your best or something like that. And that's how I feel. So as soon as I heard that, I followed Richard Sherman on Twitter. And later on that year, they won the Super Bowl. And I feel that same way about Jalen Ramsey. He's confident. And apparently he's a good player. I haven't been able to watch a whole lot of him, but I don't trust what everyone say, but I'm going to trust what the public say, that he's a really good player. Again, I haven't really seen him to get my true in-depth opinion, but I like his attitude for sure. Also, before last season started, and the Jacksonville Jaguars, before they made it to the playoffs and all of that, Blake Bortles was throwing a lot of interceptions prior to the 2017 season. So right before the season started, I got a friend of mine who's a big Steelers fan, and we were just going through some shit, and I was just telling him, you know, because I couldn't stand Alex Smith as our quarterback, so I told him. We were just looking at some shit, and this is before the last year's season started, right before the season started. And we were just going over a number. He was saying that Alex Smith should go to the Jags. And I was saying, like, yo, they already got Alex Smith. They got a Blake Bortles. He's better than Alex Smith. And he was like, you're fucking crazy or something. And we were just talking about it, and I can't remember who else we compared Blake Bortles to. But I was just telling him, I was like, man, I'm pretty sure Blake threw a lot of yards in 2016. I know he had a lot of interceptions, so I was telling my homeboy, I was like, yo, as long as he cut down on the picks, it'll be okay. He threw a lot of yards. Threw more yards than Alex Smith did. So before the year, I was telling him, like, yo, just stick with Blake Bortles. All he has to do is cut down on the interceptions. And then last year, he had a really good year. They went far. Lost to the New England Patriots in, I think, the AFC Championship game, yeah. And then my homeboy, he act like he didn't remember. It's like, yeah, man, I was saying, keep Blake, blah, blah. Like, nigga, you didn't say that, motherfucker. You said get rid of Blake for goddamn Alex Smith. No, I didn't. Nah, motherfucker, yeah, you did. I'm the one that said keep Blake Bortles. So, there it is. Because we were all looking for a team like, man, could Alex Smith go to the fucking Jaguars and elevate them? I don't know if he's going to elevate them. I don't know. Alex Smith has a limit, man. He really does. But back to the Jaguars. So that's one of the first things I want to do every week. Facing the opponent, I want to talk about the players on their team who I like or respect. And I respect Ramsey's game. And I respect Blake Bortles' game because he hung in there. And I respect the Jags for sticking with Blake Bortles. Because they could have went somewhere. He was throwing a lot of interceptions. When it comes to the player matchups I want to discuss. It's strange because I didn't really look at. There's something that I do every week. The team that we're going to play, I'll download their mobile app. And, I download the 49ers app, Broncos app, Chargers, and the Steelers too. Just to get a sense of what their folks are saying and, just to get a feel of, how they're approaching the game. Not just the players, not really even the players whatsoever, really, but more of the people in the facility and, the fans or all that type of shit. I want to see what they saying, what they're thinking. I noticed at Jacksonville that they're very confident in themselves. I listened to a radio show for about an hour, and they were pretty confident in themselves because they were saying, as long as they do what they do, they'll be straight. They didn't really give a scenario to where they could lose. They're like, yeah, we lost Fournette, but I think TJ Yeldon will be great. He's going to do his thing. Yeah, Blake Bortles had a bad game a couple weeks ago, but he's not going to do that again. That's abnormal, So I can't be mad at that. You're confident in yourself. They were never like, yo, we got to stay away from this because these motherfuckers are dangerous. The Chiefs are dangerous. We can't be doing this. We got to do this. We got to do, you know what I'm saying? They didn't come from that approach. They always came from the I'm the shit approach, which I can't be mad at. I don't hate on that. Because I don't think the Chiefs talk much about the other teams. When I was looking at Denver, I noticed they was talking a lot about the Chiefs. And San Francisco was talking about a lot of the Chiefs and shit. And the Chiefs, we really don't talk too much about our other teams we face, and we just focus on ourselves. And I feel like that's what Jacksonville does. They focus on their own self. So I really don't have many player matchups. I mean, I don't even know how Jags play defense for real. If they're half man, half zone, or what. So I can't say, I'm looking forward to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Ramsey. What I'm really looking forward to, the only matchup that I'm looking forward to is Patrick Mahomes versus their defense. Because I have no idea what the fuck Andy Reid is going to do. He might call 8 runs. I might be like, I want to see Kareem Hunt against this line. I want to see our line against their line, see if we can get some gaps, get Kareem Hunt the ball. Andy Reid might run it 12 times in the game. I might want to get it to this guy. I want to see this matchup. I don't really care about matchups because people switch all over. We switch all over the field, and rarely, you don't even see that no more where a cornerback follows a guy across the field. Like, nah, nigga, you, my man, I'm sticking with you. You don't see that shit no more. I can't recall seeing that for real. I don't see that much. They pass niggas off to the zone and shit like fuck it. But so I don't really have a matchup per se that I want to see. So I guess I want to see Blake Bortles against our defense as well. I do want to see our D-backs. Me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Steve Nelson on the Chiefs. Not a big fan of Orlando Scandrick. I was pretty upset when we let go of Marcus Peters. I still am, even though the nigga don't tackle whatsoever. I still feel like having Kendall Fuller doesn't make sense without Marcus Peters. It was the shit when we brought him in and we had Marcus Peters. But without Marcus Peters, it's a dumb fucking idea. Or, it ain't the same. It ain't got the same sizzle. I also believed in Terrence Mitchell last year. For some strange reason, we were fucking around with our D-backs last year. We had a bunch of fucking bums out there, except T. Mitchell. And for some reason, he missed a game or two, and then they just stopped playing him as much, and they were rotating other motherfuckers in, and I don't know why. But now T. Mitchell is starting for the Browns, even though he just hurt his wrist, apparently. I seen it on ESPN. Apparently, he's important enough for ESPN to mention that he got hurt and he'll be out in a couple of weeks. I'm sure there are several players who were hurt that ESPN didn't give any mention to. And they mentioned T. Mitchell. He's starting for the Browns right now. So I feel like I was right about Mitchell. I feel like he got talent, and he should be our cornerback right now. I feel like our cornerbacks are not aggressive when they tackle. They fucking tackle like punks. They soft. I seen Steve Nelson in the game Monday night. This motherfucker ran across because somebody was on the sideline. Denver either caught the ball or ran it or something near the sideline and, finna make a play. So Steve Nelson ran his ass up and then broke down and then let the ball carrier get like 4 or 5 more yards instead of running all the way and actually making the tackle with real pursuit, which is why I love Eric Berry. These motherfuckers breaking down and still giving up an extra 5 or 6 yards. Like, you ran over there like you was finna take his head off, and then you broke down. I'm like, bro, y'all are killing me. Y'all keep waiting for the defender to come to you to make the tackle. Like, this is driving me insane. But yeah. So what do I expect from the Chiefs and the Jaguars in Arrowhead? I'm not really into predictions unless I think something strange is going to happen. I think that we will win. I think the Chiefs are going to win the game. I'm not sure how it's going to happen. It could be a 20-17 game. It could be 42-20. Because there's so many things that can happen. So what do the Chiefs need to do with it? I think we just need to just do our thing. Continue being ourselves. I do feel like we need to run the ball more, but that's not just strictly versus Jacksonville. I feel like as a team we need to run the ball more consistently. Against Jacksonville, I think we just need to keep doing our motherfucking thing. I think Mahomes had an off half Monday against the Broncos. I feel like he's gonna come in and just be focused and ready to get on his shit. What we cannot do is have 3 and outs and shit. Like, we have to run the ball and keep it going. I mean, I understand we passed a lot, especially on first down, which I still don't know how I feel about that. About passing it so much on first down. I mean, Andy Reid, I knew he would fall in love with the pass this year. I knew he would. Because Mahomes is under center. I knew he was going to fall in love with passing, man. Please don't forget about the fucking running, man. Like you did last season, mid-season, and that's how we lost, because he forgot about running the fucking ball. Kareem Hunt had 11 carries in the playoff loss. That don't make fucking sense. You just won the rushing title. We up at halftime, and you got 6 carries in the second half. That don't make sense. So I just feel like we need to run the ball, do our thing. What we can't do is just get one dimension, just try to throw it all over the fucking place. Jacksonville, what do they need to do? How could Jacksonville beat the Chiefs? If we start off slow and Jacksonville gets a couple touchdowns early, like 14-0, 14-7, or 14-3, I still don't feel like we will be out of it though, man. To be honest, I think I'm a little overconfident. I really think I'm overconfident in the Chiefs. But I can't help it because I don't think we'll have a whole bad game. Like when we were playing Denver, we had 2-3 bad quarters. I'm like, there's no way we're gonna have a whole bad game. I just can't see that happening. You know what I mean? I can't see us having a whole bad game. And so when we were playing Denver, I was like, bro, we're gonna do something in the fourth quarter. I can't see us having a whole bad game. I don't give a fuck who we play. I don't give a fuck who's on Jacksonville. I know they got some great talent. But like I said, a lot of times, man, these motherfuckers be overhyped. Man, that ain't trying to say that they are overhyped, but I mean, these motherfuckers just lost. You know what I'm saying? Like they can be beaten. Like everybody clearly can be beaten, but I mean, what the fuck? I see great players all the time, man. It's only a couple plays here and there, a sack here and there. Some motherfucker might get 6 sacks. He was close to getting 11. Some motherfucker got 11 sacks. And then you think he 20 times better than a nigga who got 6. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I ain't trying to say no disrespect on the Jags team. I'm just saying, like, the numbers don't impress me. Like, the motherfucker got a bunch of sacks here and there. It's really how you play and how you play with the team and all of that. So, I can't say that I'm really fearful of a certain player on the Jags defense. Because every game niggas can be had as far as our defense goes. Bob Sutton just got to stop being a little bitch and calling that soft ass song, especially when we start winning, please. I don't know. I don't like Bob Sutton as our coordinator anymore. I don't think I really ever did. I don't. This nigga soft as fuck, man. And the league is getting soft as fuck, man. You can't even tackle the quarterback no more. Let me give you, I don't really give predictions. You know, I think the Chiefs are going to win. I don't know, I can't give a score, but I think we're going to win at home, even though it's a short week. But I just think we're going to win. I mean, now, unless they come out like flat, I'll be able to tell in the first quarter. Like they come out flat or something, like they ain't got it, and I'm like, oh hell, these niggas finna lose. Usually I can kind of tell with the energy level. But we'll see, man. Because with Mahomes, not only just his talent, it ain't even his talent, just his attitude. I don't see him as the type that's just gonna sit there and just lose the whole game, and just suck it up the whole game, and just accept that. I don't see him not going out there and making a play. You know what I mean? So as long as we in the game, like we was against Denver, we were within 10. Then we got a shot with this motherfucker, because I just don't see him having a whole bad game, man. I said it a million times, I know. So, my pick is on the Chiefs. To all the Jaguar fans out there, y'all 3-1. I mean, clearly I think y'all gonna make the playoffs, so really, yeah, it's all about winning every game. So this is a crucial game. They were saying that on y'all radio show out there. That, you know, this could have some playoff implications, because you know, it really could. So that's why, you know, we should definitely win this motherfucking game, because we need that playoff. We want that playoffs to come to KC, but we don't give a fuck. We'll go anywhere, but we going to these motherfucking playoffs, and we gonna put some shit off. This ain't Alex Smith's team, bro. Nah, man. So with the Jags, I feel like we're gonna win. If we lose, I guess I'll mention that in the highlight video, the recap video. I don't know about doing a crow video, just a video just to say, hey, we lost. But I'll do a recap video, and I'll mention if we lost and why I think we lost, and give props to the Jags if they do win. And if we lose, I don't feel like it's the fucking end of the fucking world. Right now we got good energy, so I think the Chiefs are gonna win this one, and I hope y'all enjoy the game. CBS, I think it's gonna be a good game. I hope that we whoop that ass, to be honest. I hope it's more of like a 42-14 type of game, some shit like that. That would be doper than the motherfucking 42-14. Just whoop some motherfucking ass. I want to see records and shit. That's dope as fuck. I mean, the Chiefs ain't never had a great quarterback, especially one of our own that we drafted. Got a bunch of 49er cast outs. Man, this shit is awesome to see Mahomes do his shit right now, bro. This shit crazy than a motherfucker. Everybody talking about him trying to be like one. I mean, Kansas City ain't ever had a motherfucker franchise quarterback. And we got talent around. Like, people recognize the talent around. Like, you know, the Hill, Kelsey Hunt. Man, shit. It's kind of strange to be getting all this attention in media, in national media and shit, but I mean, I think at some point they'll probably slow it down, especially once we get that first loss. They'll really jump off the track right there. Same old Kansas City, because that's what everybody talking about. Man, they gonna lose sometime. As soon as a nigga lose, I'm like, oh, the same old Kansas City. They started off hot last year. Totally different team, man. But I really do have faith that we're going to win in the playoffs. Whoever we play, I feel like we can beat anybody in the league right now. So I am anxious to see the St. Louis Rams game. Actually, that's the team where, where they have a prolific offense and defense. I don't feel like the Jaguars have a prolific offense. I don't think it's consistent. Like sometimes they'll score 40, and then they'll score 6. So it's not consistent like the Rams. So, and ain't nobody on the motherfucking Jaguars. I'll be like, yo, who's matching up with him? There's no one on the Jaguars offense where I was like, yo, who the fuck is matching up with this nigga right here? On the Rams, you're like, okay, who matching up with Cooks and who matching up with Girl? You know what I'm saying? So I hope we get this victory. Chiefs, Kansas City. I am Royal Chiefer. This is Blunts and Ball Games. Enjoy the game. I'll talk to y'all later.